They say that home is where the heart is. Maybe that's why so many fall in love with Big Pine Key and Florida's Lower Keys. With epic ocean views, unspoiled wilderness, sandy beaches, abundant wildlife, RV resorts, and Stock Island's rustic charm, Florida's Lower Keys don't skip a beat. For more about the Lower Keys, visit flakeys.com/Lower Keys.
You're listening to the Hot Topics podcast with Psycho 4081, the lovely Lady Lamb Chop, and the fabulous Thelonious Feather. Let's get into it. Welcome everyone to another episode of Hot Topics podcast. We're here on a special Father's Day Sunday.
Yay, Father's Day.
Yes. So we're going to go out there and everybody's going to chip in and send me a Father's Day present.
Mm-hmm. You got your 25 cents.
So we're going to talk about fathers, and we're going to give our fathers their flowers today, and we're going to talk about how fathers impacted our lives and how it is to be a father, which none of you guys
talk about that. Yeah.
So, but I guess that'll be my part. So
the level.
And we have our special co-host today. We have
Dimitri Ward.
Dimitri.
Who's also
Hello,
AKA
everybody.
Demetrix.
Demetrix Cinema.
Yes.
Yes, I'm adjusting your mic. We're going to change your name from Thelonious Feather to
Felonious.
Thelonious Feather to
Micaholic.
Whispering Wilma.
Dad, you couldn't give a Wendy or something new. You had to give a Wilma. You had to go way back in that stash of names. Old people names.
Yes. Oh, and I did a survey,
Okay.
and we had maybe one or two comments about their fathers from social media. From social media, I guess it's considered social media, WhatsApp, whatever. Okay, so I will read those as well. And if we have any guests that want to join in, they'll come in. Hopefully they'll come in with some noise. So I get forgetting not to, make sure they come in muted, but we'll see. Anyways, so let's kick this off. Who here is a father? Thank you, me.
I didn't say that. Say now. I didn't say that. I didn't throw that shade.
I'm not throwing any shade. I'm just saying.
You did good.
Miss, all hail me. Come on, let's hear it. It's like Donald Trump on the round table. Come on. Thelonious, would you like to say something to me today?
No.
Lamb Chop, would you like to say something to me today?
You are a good father. I will
you.
give you that. Your kids love you, and since I met you, you were always doing something with your children.
Thank you.
I would say that. So happy
No, I said
Father's
no.
Day.
Thelonious.
I said no. She ain't coming back.
I said
Thelonious, kiss the ring.
no. I said no.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so to stop it off, we're going to reflections on fatherhood.
Okay.
Right? So we did some discussion questions, and one of the things is, what does being a father mean to you, or what did it mean to your father? So this question's for everyone.
Yeah, but then what do you mean by what did it mean to your father?
Right.
I can't know what
I
my father is
speak for
thinking.
him. Yeah.
So, yeah.
You can speak for your father because you know if you had a relationship with your father, how did it feel? Did he love you guys? Did he put a lot of attention into you? Did he
Or what kind of father was your father?
Yeah,
Or is your
that's
father?
kind of better. What kind
Okay.
of father was your father? Yeah.
Because you're a father doesn't mean I'm a father. So, yeah. Let's go.
Why you want to wear pants?
I wear pants.
You wear panties, not pants.
You
I wear
know what?
pants.
What is wrong with you today?
It's Father's Day. All hail me.
Oh, so you can say whatever you want? Is that what you're saying? Because it's Father's Day. Dimitri, come on, get in here, get him.
Happy Father's Day, Psycho. Good fathers gravitate to good people.
That's right.
So if you're a good father, great things gravitate around you, and your kids will love you forever.
Aww.
So you're a good father. So
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That was nice. And
Yeah.
he was talking about the great people. He was talking about us.
Us,
You
I know.
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Thelonious, are you ready yet?
Oh my God! I said something nice to him today. You saw how
I don't
he
remember it.
changed it to something else.
I don't remember it.
I said something nice to you already today.
Oh yeah,
and then you had to.
let me read it.
Oh wow! And then he had to switch it around and turn it and become something
from
else.
Thelonious. Happy Father's Day. You are my life.
Oh wow.
Without you, I would be nothing.
Oh wow.
I don't believe
And
a
I'm
word.
glad that you're in my life. If not, I would stop breathing today.
Wow.
That was
Thank
good.
God for life support.
That was
And
great,
thank God
if I'm
for
honest.
life
Yeah.
support.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you what a father means to me, and this is just in all honesty, whatever. All right, I remember when I first became a father. That was like the best day of my life. It was like the very best day of my life. To the point where I remember with my son. My son's the oldest, and I went out there and I opened all types of bank accounts.
Wow.
So I wanted to give him a good start
Oh, you opened bank accounts for him.
for him. For
Okay.
him.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
for him.
How did that work out?
It's it. But he got more money than I do. So,
Most of them do.
so yeah, but I you know, I had memorized his social security
Oh
number,
my
the whole nine.
gosh.
So as a matter of fact, even I had stopped working in like my little side business, my part time. I was like, I need to spend some time with my son. I got to be here. Da 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 da. So it was a long time coming because I had some near misses in the past, and that was something that was important for me, and it was like my opportunity to actually do the things that I thought fathers should do, and the things that I didn't get from my father. So we do as parents, we try to give
Yep.
our kids whatever.
What you didn't get.
Yeah. And as far as my father goes, we'll say our father, because for you guys that don't know, Dimitri and I are brothers. So,
Two peas. No, I won't even say that because he is so much different than you are.
yes, he does need to tone it down a little bit.
Don't take that from him.
We're actually similar in a lot of ways that you guys just don't even know.
Okay, thank you for not letting us know. Yes, thank you. I don't want to know. Mm-mm.
But yeah, our father was a little bit different, because he I don't know if you knew, but he didn't grow up with his father. His father
Your
passed away.
grandfather wasn't.
Yeah, my
Okay.
his father passed away when he was an infant.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so he never really knew his father, but he had a father figure in his life, which was his maternal grandfather.
Okay.
Taught him how to fish, cook, make wine, all that type of stuff. So if you would have asked him today, who was the influence in your life, he would have said, my grandfather was John Martin, from Philly, but I think he liked being a father because it was more or less of more of a feather in your cap, I don't think he learned about the traditional father. It's not what he saw.
Okay. Okay.
But he tried to do whatever he knew, take us fishing and crabbing and give us little advice, some funny advice, even when we were older, which I would not say
so
today.
funny advice.
Yeah, so.
Some inappropriate advice.
I know, right?
That's another story for another day.
Yeah, but so since we'll start with you
Okay.
because
Because
you're,
what?
you're on my right.
So I have to tell you, like, to this day, my father would say to me, you're my life, sweetheart. He calls me sweetheart. You're my life, sweetheart. That is it. Like, I'm in the top of the game for him.
Okay.
But we weren't really close with me growing up. Like, he was in and out
Okay.
a lot with me growing up. But we're better now. We're mellowed into our relationship, and it's pretty good. It's
Okay.
pretty good. And I can say that he gave me some advice at the time. I was like, what is this old man talking about? But now I look at him like, oh, that's
It
what he
makes
was
sense,
talking
right?
about, and it makes sense now. But like, he used to tell me little stuff like, don't let your husband bring any car in that house you can't drive. Like, what are you talking about? That don't even make sense. But if you got to get away at any given moment, or if you got to drive the car,
Okay.
and if whatever's happening and you got to be the person to drive the car, if you can't drive it, then y'all might be in trouble.
Okay.
So in my head at the time, I was like, what is he talking about? This
Right.
doesn't even make any sense. But as an adult, you're just like, oh,
Okay.
now I
Important lesson.
know. Now I know. So he always would drop these little tidbits along the way that didn't make sense. But as an adult, it makes all the sense in the world. It makes all the sense in the world. So he is a very knowledgeable man. And the older he gets, the more information I feel like I'm getting from him. And I wish I had that growing up,
A little bit
you know,
longer,
yeah,
yeah.
a little bit
Yeah.
longer. So, you know, I'm older, he's older. So it's just like, I don't know how many years we got left.
How old is your dad?
75. That is a guess. Because ever since he would talk about age, he's been 35. And, you know, at one point when I was 40, I said, you can't be 35 anymore. I'm 40 now, so you can't be 35. So I'm going to say 70. I think it's 78 to be 100% honest, because I think him and my aunt are close to the same age. So I'm going to say 78, somewhere in there. And every time I ask them or try to find a birth certificate, I can't. So I really don't know what the actual year is that he was born. So
Oh,
he's up
really?
there. Yeah. I was like, Daddy, what's and I tried to find my birth certificate, because sometimes they'll put the father's age on your birth certificate,
Right.
and it's
Yeah.
not on there. And I
Right.
was like, how did they get away with that? Like, how did they? But you know, it was 100 years ago, so they did things differently.
Well, that might have been one day. They had a war back in the Philippines.
See.
Or what was it?
You just have
South-
to. You
See,
just
he
have
had
to. show yourself.
to.
Oh my
He
I'm just
had
saying,
to.
you know,
He had to. So in my older age, I think he's making up for the time we didn't spend
Okay.
when I was younger. So,
okay.
and he never treated me like a girl. I like that. Like, he
You're
never
not-
treated me
you're
like
not
a
a-
girl. I'm a only for him.
Okay.
I'm the only. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
the only child that he's had.
Okay.
And you know, he taught me how to shoot. He would take me to the driving range. He was a Air Force pilot, so we would see planes like do what is that, the Blue Angels.
Mm-hmm.
He would take me to see the Blue Angels, so I never felt like I was being treated like a girl,
Right.
which I liked. You know, because sons get a lot of stuff that the girls don't get. You know, I thought that was kind of neat.
Like,
So happy Father's Day, Pops. What
She
you
just-
mean, like?
she
I just said that, right?
Oh my God.
Like what?
She literally just listed stuff that they did together.
no, okay. I always, figured girls and guys, daughters got all the same thing.
No.
But you know what?
Did you give your son and daughter? You treated them the same? Mm-mm. I guarantee you probably didn't threaten
Like
any
some-
girlfriend of Junior's.
You know what? Any kind
better
of
like my
advice
son.
any kind of advice that you get that you got back in the day, it always come knowledgeable and more of a better understanding
When
once
you're
you get
older.
older.
That's
yeah,
true.
that's what anybody. I
That's
noticed
true.
that about.
Yeah.
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 That is true. Like, yeah, some of the stuff he would say, like, that don't make a bit of sense. Like, but now it does. So,
Yeah.
You're right.
What about you?
You who? Please identify the person you're speaking to.
The other male that's voice is about to pop up on here, Dimitri.
So my father, our father,
Who art?
Stop it.
he gave me a lot of knowledge, but it was his way of knowledgeable things to give your son. And but I took it in, a lot of stuff. Like I said, I realize now what he was talking about, like kind of like you. So, but he also gave me like tips on don't bump certain curves that you don't have to bump. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, explain that.
Because I'm thinking female
like,
in my head.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Bumping female, bumping curves.
like he was telling me, keep a good job,
know. Okay.
right? Don't go going through the situation where you jumping from job to job.
Oh, okay.
You
So
know,
don't create
unless you
problems
leaving
for
one
yourself.
small job to go get a
bigger job.
bigger
right,
job.
Right.
And of course women.
Yeah, I've
Well, we-
heard some of his advice on women.
Yeah, we want to talk about that. What's the best advice later after Polonius tells us her glorious story?
Well, you finished, Dimitri.
Did your father tell you about a birdie jumping in the
I
tree?
have no. My father was a bird.
Yeah, probably was a bird.
I hate you guys. Sometimes I swear, what is wrong with you?
Yeah,
I'm
he's-
sorry, hate is a strong word. I take that back.
He's-
Y'all get on my nerves.
He's giving me his way of his knowledge, and the knowledge from a father to a son. You know what I mean? Ain't no father perfect,
Right.
but he's giving me like
A
you know,
man to
he's-
man.
man to man. He's told me he's always, one of the big things he said was he want all his kids to be together. and that was one of the things that stuck with me. You know,
Right.
so but yeah, he's done his deeds.
Okay.
That was very polite. He's done his deeds.
Well, in this episode, we're gonna lay everything on the line. That's right.
Whatever.
All right. Tell us about Timothy.
Timothy, is that his real name or are you being shiesty? Because you know how you are.
Because he knows my government name and my everything. So now
Okay.
the whole world has to know as well.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. You never know with him sometimes.
Because it's capable of making stuff up and just give me some random father name. But he's right. It's correct. Well, for me, I grew up in an African home. So, your parents are more like, I think until we got older, did we have like a real relationship with parents? Because it was more like people you feared.
Okay.
Kind of. So, for me, I'm the only girl in my family. For both parents, I'm the only girl. So, and girls tend to be closer to their or be daddy's favorite. So, I was dad's favorite. I'm still dad's favorite, but it was just like from far, giving me stuff that I needed, money, clothes. My daddy used to say he lived in London. So he used to send clothes to me, send money, and he'd be like, all this money I'm giving you is because so that no man can lie to you. And then you think money is important because it's not, So if your father can give
She
you
didn't
this,
learn that lesson.
if your father can give you this, so nobody can come and lie to you and be
Right.
like, okay, I'm going to give you this and that. So yes, that was a good one from him. And he paid my school fees and did everything, but he didn't live with us. So I didn't really have so I can't really tell you stories about my dad.
So your father, from this perspective, more or less, he looked at he's going to be a provider, make sure that you had,
Yes.
Yes,
Everything. Yes.
Right.
So that was
Even
the
if he couldn't be
relationship.
there.
Yes. So that was the relationship we had until I had kids and all of that. So he also got older. He's going to be 76 in a couple of months, in a couple of weeks now. So I'm all he has right now.
Gotcha.
The boys. But
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
of course, you tend to look towards your daughter, and then we talk more. My dad is like this typical African man that he will not call you because it's your right to call him.
Really?
Yeah, he's your right. Like, he's an old man, so you have
your
Your
obligation.
Yeah,
obligation.
you're obligated
Yeah,
to-
Yeah.
Yeah.
sorry, to call him. Like, he's your father. He's old. He's like, okay, if you don't hear from me, you have to call me. You have to, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Like, we're busy, but he doesn't really get that concept. Like, okay, my kids are busy. They could be busy, blah, blah, blah. No, but you have to call him. You have to, if I call my dad now and he misses my call, he expects me to call back.
So he won't return your call if he
Nope.
see like, oh yeah, she called.
No.
Oh.
And then he'll tell you maybe when you get mad and then you eventually call him like, okay, because you're old, let me call you back. He'll be like, yeah, you called me the other day and you didn't call me back.
What's his nickname for you?
I don't have a nickname.
Oh, really?
No.
Ah.
We don't do stuff like that in Africa. So, but then things have evolved. Things have gotten better. Fathers have changed. But I think it depends on personality. My daddy, I wouldn't say he's strict, but he's not. He wasn't that kind of father where
He's a traditionalist.
yes, where you want to who teaches you how to ride a bike or who you know what I'm saying. No,
Okay.
he was more of my kids have to go to good schools, do this,
Right,
do what
right.
you need to do to make them comfortable.
Gotcha.
That's the
Okay.
kind of father
Okay.
he was. But now that he's older, we kind of gist, we talk about stuff. He tells me about women. Oh my God. And stuff like everything in his life. Like we talk about everything, So he tells me everything going on with him. So it's kind of our relationship has evolved. So he keeps me in the loop of everything happening
Yeah.
with him. He called me like a couple of days ago, and I'm like, it's like I've not heard from you in a while, and it was weird. And I'm like, oh my God, it's a miracle. He called me. So yeah, and he's my only surviving parent now, the only parent I have right now. So yeah.
Yep, me too.
He's like my everything right now. So yeah. Happy Father's Day, Dad. Even though you should not see this, don't watch any of this.
Yes, we're gonna make sure we get you this.
'Cause, yeah.
So let me ask you something.
Yeah.
No, go back to Lamb Chop because you mentioned the lesson he gave you. Is that one of the most important lessons that he gave you, or you have any others?
I think the most important lesson he gave me was a couple. Learn about your heritage,
Okay.
because he is very big on African American history. So
Okay.
learn about your heritage, and he taught me a lot of things about that, and to be independent. Learn for yourself, question things, and like you said, he provided things for me, so I wouldn't have to look for it from somebody else.
Okay.
So he taught me how to be an independent woman, and I also looked at his relationship with his wife. That was a long, loving, kind relationship, and that was a good way to pick a husband, I think.
Okay. Your father was black.
My father is black. And I
black.
figured I don't know why this took me like 60 years to figure this out. He was 19 when he had me. I'm 61, so he's going to be 80
Okay.
in a few days. Like, why did that take me 100 years to figure that out? So he's going to be 80 on the 17th. It's
Oh.
coming up. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's a milestone.
I was gonna
He was going to say something sideways.
No, you said he was an Air Force pilot. I never knew
Yeah.
that. You never mentioned that.
Really?
Yeah.
No, he had a lot of jobs. He's an Air Force pilot. He was a firefighter.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yeah, I ain't going to do this job long because everything running out of that building. And we running in. He's like, the rats, the roaches, everything is coming out and we going in. So he did that for a little while. And he also worked for the city for a little while. So he was a man of many talents. He is a man of many talents. So, yeah.
What, Felonious, what was the most important lesson you've learned from your father? And don't say the money thing.
Everybody likes money.
Yeah.
Right now he's closer to God. So it's like just God first in everything you do. Just
Right.
put God first. Nothing else, just God, 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 God. And to remind me that whatever good thing happens to me in life, whatever good luck I have or whatever good happens to me is his good luck. My dad's good.
He passed it on to you. It's because of him you have good luck.
Exactly so. Yeah. I get constant reminders of that.
That is too cute.
So yeah, so just be prayerful. Hold on to God. That's it.
Okay. That's a good lesson. So, Dimitri.
What? Y'all. I wish y'all did. I wish.
This is why we can't do video.
This is exactly why we can't do video.
What's an important? You mentioned something earlier, but what stands out as the most important lesson you learned from your father?
Use condoms at all costs.
Oh my
No,
God.
no. I mean, that was one of
Why do I want to believe that?
one of the.
That is
Because
capable of
obviously
saying
he
that.
was so good at it. Mr. 6 kids.
6 is not a lot.
Oh my God, 6 is a lot.
One of the most important things that to stand out that my father taught, advice that he gave me was like I said, keep a good job. That was one of the big things he kept drilling in me is like, if you once you get a hold and never be satisfied, even if it is a good job. Always he kept telling me, because he was a mailman, and he was saying don't always stay content. Just always go for higher jobs or whatever.
Did you take the advice though?
Huh?
Did you take the advice?
Yeah, I started selling paydays in the store. So I was pretty content with that.
Y'all two are a mess.
But I took his advice. I
In the negative.
I took his advice in the end because I was stubborn, sticking with one hotel job, for a long time. Till I had people who had to drag me out of that. But I took his advice at the sort of towards later
Your later
in life.
years.
Yeah.
Because it takes us a while to really figure out that they knew what they were talking about. So it takes
Right.
you into your adulthood to be like, oh yeah, they were right.
Right.
How about you, Psycho?
Yeah, you next. Don't even try to get slip away.
Well, my father and I, we talked a lot, and we talked about crazy stuff like aliens.
okay.
I see where you get that from.
Aliens, and talked about why the cost of greens go up.
Is that something that you would have a full on conversation about?
Yes.
I've seen these two
Okay.
have the craziest conversations.
Okay.
His thing was be a man. That's what his thing was.
Now, did he define what that meant, or would just be
No.
like stand up, be a man?
No, he said be a man, and I guess I was supposed to know, be a man. It was. He also, he would drop little dimes here and there. He was like, oh, watch out for them Puerto Ricans. They carry switchblades.
I can't believe you're repeating that.
I would say, I tell you this, it was little things that he used to say, or
That's him.
and I told you that the biggest advice he gave me was that, if you want something, if you want that girl over there, you look her straight in the eyes.
Why you gotta look this way?
I probably
Look that
should
way.
have did a trigger warning on this show. I probably should have.
So what I got out of that is just be direct. Is that better?
Yes.
Be direct.
You cleaned that up well. Thank you. Thank you.
But that was him. If he said something else, I wouldn't believe it was him. So that's about as original as you get from my father.
So, was that the best advice he gave you?
That's the only one he remembers. Because it suits his ways, So yeah, I gotcha. Oh my god.
It's funny because it's true.
Well, most of the stuff that I got from him was little bit things here and there. Especially when it came to cooking. Like, he would tell you, certain things when it comes to cooking, like, do this, do that. And, he would tell you things that happened in the past or why, like he says, well, why he never took me with him to go hunting or whatever. He told me this. He said, because he was always afraid I was going to let the animals out.
Because that's what you
I probably would have to.
Why? Because you cared so much for him?
Yeah.
I like the animals. He's like, I wouldn't, because you would scare them away, or you would let them go.
Go. I know, right?
But these thing is things I learned as an adult.
Okay,
Later on in life,
okay.
he gets up, especially he got his little pint with him. And everything starts. He gets honest and he says
Right,
everything.
right.
So.
I say drunk people in leggings don't lie.
Yeah. Now, my father he's a really funny guy, like really funny. I can go like thousands of stories of funny things, and like I said, if he start hitting the bottom, it was amped up.
Yeah, was he the one that made the wine? That you
Yes.
bring? Okay.
That's why.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, would we all agree that fathers are under celebrated, are under appreciated? Because today, I'm sure when you guys went to get the food, was it packed?
No.
No. No, it was not.
Wait,
So
you said
When we went to go get food earlier,
It was a
packed, yeah.
restaurant like
packed.
packed.
Did they
So
have like
crowded.
on like Mother's Day where the radios everybody they start
Yeah.
talking about Mother's Day from like forever. You don't
yeah.
even hear anything about Father's Day. Why do we think this is so?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. Going back to what you and I was talking about earlier, in the same note, she's like, "Well, are you going to make a reservations?" And I gave her a look like reservations. Nobody makes reservations on Father's Day because you can just walk right in. And it's so funny because when I used to work in a restaurant, Mother's Day, I mean, I would take my, my wife or my mother or whoever out. It's packed. You gotta, at one time I had to bribe the
get
hostess to get up a little bit earlier, but then you go on Father's Day, you walk right in.
Yeah.
And get your so I mean that's how it is, because I think a lot of times people expect fathers to be that person you just depend on if you can. But I tell you the one thing, and we'll talk about it a little bit later, I think about the differences on how people see fathers and mothers. You know, mothers are everything. You know, so and it's treated that way. You know who your mom is. You might know who your dad is, you know, but mothers are nurturers. And not saying that dads can. I think I'm a nurturer for my kids too.
I would say that, yeah.
But I think that's when that nurturing actually gets you more motivated to do things, to protect and to, you know, serve. Get it? Protect and serve.
Yeah, I get it. I was trying to let it go by. I really was.
Yeah. But yeah, dads are not really valued as much as women because in our society, I think
In
mainly
every society,
they're treated differently. I'm gonna say they're not you know how you can have two kids and you got the one kid that's really, really smart and you have one kid that's very, very athletic. You treat them differently because you value them for different things. So let's say in your culture, the father's supposed to be that strong man that, you know, that keeps everything going, the provider, the protector, this and that, whatever. Whereas the wife or the mother is something different. You still value them the same, you know, but it's just different.
But they
get me?
bring different things.
Yeah. But here in our society, where we have a lot of households, broken households and absentee fathers and tons of single mothers and stuff like that, you know, overall, that's why I think that we don't put as much value into that.
So let me, for what you said, I'll take it back there. So for us as well, I saw this, my dad shared something with me. It was this lady saying like, why don't they appreciate their fathers as much, blah, blah, blah. Like you're going to pick your mom from her husband's place, that's your dad's place, and going to take her to live with you, either to say, oh, you want her to take care of your kids, or she's not feeling good, or whatever, and then you leave your dad behind, which makes him older and he doesn't have the kind of care he needs. But you're taking your mom in to care for, like your mom care for your kids, take them abroad, bring them here, bring them.
Take them to the bird.
Why?
I just had to. It just came back to my head. What's that? Okay, take them out of the country. You know, it's usually the mothers that get those treatments,
Right,
like because
right,
your
right.
mother is useful. But your father, you have to. No. I'm just saying. I'm giving an example. I'm just saying, like, so if take for example, I live here and I have kids, I'm not gonna bring my dad to watch my dad's gonna be like another child I'm gonna take care of. You get what I'm trying to say? Because
Right.
you would expect me to cook, to clean, to
Right.
do the. But if I bring my mom,
She's
she's
gonna
gonna
do
watch
that.
the kids. She's
Right.
gonna make dishes before I get home. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right, yes.
So sometimes it could be that, it could be because your mother is. I know. Now I thought about it. Like fathers also deserve to be celebrated because
yeah.
a lot of fathers, yes, we have deadbeat dads and all of that, but we have fathers that go above and beyond for
Yeah.
their kids. That even in a situation where they're not together with the mom, they still go above and beyond. They still try their best for their kids. You know, so it's not. So I'm not saying it's not an American thing. It's not an American society thing. It's
Okay.
something that is a general thing everywhere. And I feel like people should really, really start looking at it in a different way or perspective, because like the thing I shared with you, if your mother could have not been in the movie.
Now you gotta say what it was because people aren't gonna understand. So now you gotta say what it was.
Because I want him to say, not me.
It's all lies. It's lies.
Oh, you gotta explain it.
I think, let me see.
It's lies.
But it's true. I
yeah.
agree. What you mean?
No.
Yes, it's true.
My thing about it, I think
I
it's
agree with it.
I think it's a lot with women are valued a lot more than men. I hate to say it like that, but it's like your mother, like your father. If you go with your mother and your father, the boys, mommy's boy, mommy, like we love the girls as father, you know, but it's like your mother is like you came out the womb of a woman, so it's like she did the carrying, you know, and like
And the
Brian,
nurturing.
I mean, like Psycho
Lisa?
Kid went back. It's a lot of single mothers out there that end up with the kids doing the carrying, and a lot of deadbeat fathers that you know, when you see the mothers on welfare, and it's always the mother carrying it with their kids. They take them, you know, the mother's the strong point.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's a value in the women mothering more than the fathers because of certain things like that.
So you saying society in general uphold women more than men?
No,
I don't know if I want to put it like that, but
I would agree with that because I think women.
That's what I was saying. I would just.
I think women aren't held to a higher standard, well, not a higher standard, but they honor, you know, that pedestal, or whatever,
in society,
in
right.
society, except our mothers. When I say our mothers, I'm talking about our individual mothers. So, you know, we as sons and daughters, we'll put our mother above and beyond, you know, and we've had conversations about that. You know, when we talk about the serial killer,
Yeah.
what would you do if your mom's a serial killer?
Yes.
I know what you would do.
You know,
but it's if you look at it, it's a higher rate of mother value and, you know,
yeah,
their
mothers,
fathers.
yeah.
Now you got some kids that were closer with their fathers than
Yeah,
their
right,
mothers,
yeah.
and their mothers the downbeat in
Yeah.
their lives or whatever. So
Yeah.
you do have that out there,
But that's rare.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but the most common thing, like Valonius said, is like the mother is like, you know what I mean? Like it's like it's a lot of the single mothers that was out there, that's out there,
Struggling,
and
yeah.
then you got the sons that see that. I seen Ray Lewis told. Here's a good example. Ray Lewis gave a speech, and he was kind of like, "I told my mother, you know, you will never have to struggle again. Once I made it." You got a lot of the, you know, it's that kind of respect. It's that kind of honor to your mother. It's kind of
Right.
like that makes it higher. You know what I mean?
and you
just
know
a little
what?
higher.
And
you know?
it does. It always goes back to when we're younger. Talk about in example that you gave. When we were younger, we struggle. It was usually mom and the kids or whatever. And you know, first thing you said, you know what? I'm never going to let my mom struggle. You know, and people they get rich and famous, whatever. First thing they do is what?
Your mom.
Buy their mom something.
buy their mom the house.
A house,
the
a car,
house.
something. Mom
Exactly,
get
exactly,
something. Yeah.
exactly. But what I don't like, and it's kind of shifting a little bit, but what I don't like is that, all right, this is Father's Day, and we had Mother's Day. Mother's Day, you see everything on social media, how great moms are, this and that, whatever, and we all appreciate that. There's no doubt about that, you know. But what we don't see is to all the worthy mothers out there, or you know.
Wow.
So on Father's Day, it's always you know, to all the real fathers out there and mothers doing the father's job. And I'm like, hold up. Why do you always have to put a condition on
Yeah,
that for
yeah.
Father's Day? And then say, you know, to them, or even mothers, some mothers will say, Happy Father's Day to me. I'm like, no, you're not a father. You could be a great mother, you know, an extraordinary mother, but you'll never be able to be a father.
Right.
You know, that's just, in a even with a son, and it's usually because they, you know, boy moms or whatever.
Right.
But they'll say, and I would tell them, I said, well, son is going to learn from his father or a father figure,
Right.
whether it be real or perceived. So, you know, growing up, you might say, well, I didn't have a father in my household. Then there's a neighbor that you look at and say, okay, I like what he's doing, and that's
Or
what he
your
should do.
uncle is-
Or uncle,
yeah.
or guess what? A TV father.
Yeah.
So you're going to learn
Yeah.
something or pick up something, but you're not going to say, okay, well, you know, my mom's, you know, this, and that, whatever. So that's how I want to be. You know, you may take some things, but you're saying the mom is this, and this because she's a great mom or a great person, not because she's a great father.
Right.
You know, and that's what a lot of people, that sets a lot of guys off. Thank you to all the real dads out there.
Yeah, that's
you know.
not that's not
Yeah.
okay. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of single fathers out there that don't get the
Yes.
credit that they deserve, and it's unfair to them. It should be you should be getting the same amount of credit that single moms get.
Do you think they saying that though because of a lot of the guys get these women pregnant, and then boom,
Yeah.
leave,
Yeah, I
and
think
then they
yeah,
stuck with the kids
yeah,
and raise
yeah.
the kids? You
Yeah,
think
that's
why?
exactly why they say it.
why.
Right,
And it's
okay.
usually only that person who's had that situation who's posting that thing that way. So
And again, you know, I understand that, but you're never going to be a father. You could be a great mother.
Right.
You're never, like I could say, well, I can do everything that my child's, mother could do. I could do all that, but I'm not a mother.
Right.
Yes.
You know, it's certain things that you just cannot do.
Right.
You're not going to, as if I have a daughter, which I do, You know, she's not gonna look at me and say, "Oh, you know, I'm gonna be a good woman like my dad." You know, there's certain things that just by your biology you're not going to understand.
I'll give you one example. So my daughter had an issue in school. She had stomach pain and whatever, and we have this family group, me, herself, her dad, and then she was texting in it and like, I have stomach pain. I need to go home, but I was at work. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't looking at the text. She's like,
Right.
I need to go home. And dad was like, what's going on? Said my stomach. And then she's like, where's mommy? Like, where's mommy? Like, she'll know what to do. She'll understand, you know?
Right.
So,
right.
and I saw that, so he sent me the message, like, see what she said, like, where's mommy?
Right.
You know, because I would know what to do.
Exactly.
So another example would be when my mom, when I finished, secondary school, which is high school, and I got admission into the university, but I wanted to go to the UK, London, to further my studies. So I didn't take the admission for the first year. I didn't defer. I didn't do nothing. I just left it. But then the UK, it didn't work out again. They had so many requirements. I wasn't ready to go through all of that.
Ooh, they missed a great pottery maker.
Whatever. So
So special.
So yeah, so it was like, oh my God, I missed out already on this admission. What would I do? My mom went with me to the school. My mom was literally kneeling down crying. Oh my God. Like, she was crying and begging. And she's like, oh, because I lost my job. We couldn't afford the school fees. We couldn't afford this. Please, please, please. Be all the begging and all the crying. They said, you know what? Okay, yeah, we'll say she defied. You know what I'm saying? My dad would never do that.
Right.
Never.
Right.
Because
You know?
dads have to be that object or that image of strength.
Yeah. So stuff like that. You see your mom being emotional, doing stuff for you, going out of her way.
Right.
That's how she can as a woman, that's how you can express yourself. Doesn't mean
Right.
she's better or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But bringing you out of her, and you're like a part of her already, you know? So it's just the love and concern and whatever that she shows
Right.
that makes it feel like she's better or greater than the dad, you know?
The mother's the nurturing, the father
Yeah.
is the muscle,
Provider.
is the provider.
So they don't think providing is such a big deal, you know? I think they don't.
Until you go
they feel
without.
Like, but guess what? The mother's gonna look for every way,
Yeah,
or
that
every
is true.
means
That is
to
true.
make sure. Yeah, so
But
that's
I
it.
think dads
So-
do that too, and they don't get the credit.
Yeah,
for
so
doing
yes,
that.
they
So,
do
yeah.
have they do have people like him. I won't take that from you.
Him.
You psycho 4081.
also
gonna make you say that.
Also, the mother can't teach the boy to be a man.
Right.
Sure.
The father
agree.
Yes.
teach him to
because
be the man.
What
Yeah.
what do we know
About being a man,
Yes.
right? Right.
So
So there are some great dads out there that do even what a woman can do, like you said. Like, yeah, take care of them, make food,
Complain.
do everything. Oh, men complain, yeah. Good, whatever you say.
Complain.
What is wrong with you?
You know, but then they just don't get enough credit.
I
So I
agree.
feel like we should appreciate our men more,
Yeah. Yeah.
because really they do a lot. They do a lot. It's not easy to pay the bills.
Right.
You know,
Right.
pay the bills, making sure that you have a roof over your head, the light bill is paid, everything is paid.
Yeah.
Hell, if I see a roach or whatever in my house, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna wait for the man.
I'm gonna go grab the man.
Of course. So I appreciate that. I can't
I
even
always
take,
do that.
in my apartment one time we had a mouse. The mouse got caught in the glue. I couldn't take it outside. I had to wait because I'm not gonna do that. I can't. So there are things that I don't take for granted, you know. That no, I can never do.
I'm not mad.
You
I'm
know,
not mad.
I can.
I get it 100%.
You know what's this
So-
reminds me of Lamb Chop? Boys in the Hood when Ferris and Angela Bassett had that conversation, and then she goes, "Now I'll give you that. You've been a man. You taught him how to be a man. But mothers have been around since the beginning of time. You can't tell me I can't be a mother to my son.
Right.
It's like the battle.
Right.
You know
So
what I mean?
she said mother's been around since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
when it
Mother's
was when
been-
it was hatching from eggs.
Whatever.
Oh, here he goes. Here he goes. Okay, that's another podcast for another day.
I'm just saying, you know.
You know, I knew you.
But
was
But you
gonna
know,
take
it was
there.
pretty strong because of the fact that he was telling her,
Right.
he's a man. He got his own, got a job. Why are you buying him? Because she bought him shoes. Why are you buying him stuff? Why he has a job, whatever. She go, don't tell me how to be a mother to my son.
Right.
You might have raised him and taught him how to be a man. I give you that. But
she's still a
mother's been
Right,
around
she's still
since
a
the beginning
mother.
of time. Yeah, exactly.
She's still his mother. That's
So
right.
yeah, so it's a clear understanding of nurturing and being
Right.
raising your son to be a man.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what's a habit you picked up from your father, or tradition? No, I'm gonna tell you what's funny about that. I said a habit, which I noticed a lot of us, like me and my brothers and sisters, we have those habits that we've picked up from our father,
Oh God.
and
He is over here dying laughing.
even if we didn't live with them.
Okay, okay.
So I think I was leading up to saying I think a lot of things are genetic,
Okay.
because there's no way we can pick up certain
Right,
things
and
that
y'all
we
didn't
never
live together. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's
Right.
funny. Like what?
Like, well,
I'm scared to
just-
say.
No, just like earlier, like he was telling you about coffee or
Oh,
cappuccino,
right,
right?
right.
So he's that's my father. He's using his hands to show you how to stir. That's my father,
Okay.
and that's what he did. He did that with everything, you know.
And you do that too.
I
When
do
you're
it.
talking when you're talking and explaining stuff, you use your
I
hands.
do okay.
Are you asking?
She said, "Oh, you asking?"
Yeah.
yeah.
Psycho picked up a lot of traits from our father.
He got a lot.
He got a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, do you have to demonstrate?
But
Are
that's
you
different.
dancing?
That's different because I'm telling the story.
Yeah, but you do that all the
But
time.
you said your dad did that.
Yeah,
so
Yeah,
you
I saw,
picked that
I
up.
saw, I saw his dad in a picture. Was it a picture or video?
Okay, yeah, video.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my god, this is you. Because he was also he was doing this. I'm like, wow.
Oh, he was doing that in the video.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that's too funny. That is too funny.
What,
like-
explaining something?
Yeah, and just uses
Yeah.
his hands. Like he cannot sit still while talking to you or
Yeah,
explaining
he
stuff.
can't. He definitely can't sit still.
When I go from here, yeah. I know. You don't have to show me. I know.
Well, no, I do it because sometimes people don't understand English, so
I
I gotta
do it.
I gotta
No,
demonstrate.
I do it.
Yes, yes.
Get the action in there.
I'm gonna tell you one of the things I picked up from my father, and I didn't realize that that's where I got it from. I always have a bell on my door. There's always a bell on the main entrance of my house.
Like a doorbell.
no, like a jingles.
Okay,
like
okay.
something that makes
Like
noise.
when it opens.
It's on the handle. It's on the
Okay,
door. So if you
okay.
touch the door handle, the bell is gonna ring.
Ah.
Didn't realize that that's where I picked it up from. And I went to his house, his apartment when he was sick, and I was cleaning his apartment, and I saw the hanging bells on the door, and I was like, "Oh my God, that's where I got that from."
So what did he?
The significance is when my kids would try to sneak out,
Okay,
I would
that's what I
hear the
thought.
bells.
Okay.
And for him, he's just like, if somebody trying to get in, you're gonna hear those bells.
Right.
And I've always had a thing of bells on my door, always.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask all three of you. First with you, Lamb Chop. What do you love about your dad?
Oh my God, I think he's so smart. Yeah, I think he's smart. I think he's stylish. He has always been a very stylish man. Like, he would buy Italian shoes before we knew that was a thing. But that came from him traveling the
And I'm about to
world,
say,
being
yeah.
being in the Air Force and stuff. So I think he's smart. I think he's very stylish, and he is funny. It takes you a minute to get it, but he is funny, and he does not take shit from anybody.
Okay.
And I think that's a good thing.
How about you, Psycho?
Why you gotta go to me next?
Cause you on the right, ain't that
Yeah,
what-
exactly. Thank you.
All right. Now you said what do I
Love
love?
about your dad.
All right. So I'm gonna
Besides the crazy advice.
No. I'm gonna tell
And
you.
the wine making.
I'm gonna tell you because my father. What I love about him, he has a great sense of humor. Like he can find humor in anything, even when he shouldn't. You know.
Yeah,
so,
you tend to laugh at some inappropriate moments.
Exactly.
So that's what he I really liked about him, and he was definitely never mean spirited. You know, I don't care. The one time that I ever see my father angry, like angry, outside of him, explaining something, is that when I was little, he used to take me to this bar.
Little, how little?
Like maybe 7. He used to take me to this
Part
bar.
of the year.
It was the neighborhood bar. Moses Bar back in the day. Everybody know about Moses Bar. But anyway, he used to take me to the bar, right? And he would, whatever. And I would, he would give me Coca-Colas.
Okay, good. Well, that's
Oh,
good.
Yeah, no, I didn't drink.
Okay, that's good.
Except when when we was in the back of the pickup truck, he used to handle beers back to me and my other 2 brothers. But anyway, so the one time that he was angry was I was playing this video game, and this one I ended or whatever, and this one guy go up there and laughed and kind of basically took me off the thing. And my father was living. I saw it in his face. He said, "Well, you finished?" I was like, "Yes, I'm finished."
But you weren't. At
No,
the time.
because I didn't want,
Right,
But I
right.
saw that, and I had never seen that before. I was like, "Oh my God, is he gonna kill him? What was he gonna do?"
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he was always, he was very friendly to everybody.
Imagine that.
Yeah. even so, the funny part about, even if he had he had some biased ways, he would say, "I'll tell you," we said, "Watch them Puerto Ricans, they got switchblades, or the cost of greens is going up because of the Jews," and he always had stuff like that.
Everybody has to blame for something.
But
Right,
he loved everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he never said anything out of being mean spirited. He treated everybody. I said everybody, he treated everybody nice and kind. That's what I loved about him. And he was a very good outdoorsman. He liked adventure. And we could always talk about our days in the Navy and stuff like that, and all his crazy stories and
Right.
whatever. I definitely enjoyed those because.
Okay.
All right, how about you? The Matrix
Well,
cinema.
First, I'm gonna say one of the things I think that I picked up, because I didn't get my part on that one. One of the things I think I picked up from him was funny storytelling.
Okay.
Because everybody always telling me the stories I had, happened to me in my life is really funny. They tell you you're a great storyteller. And then the 2 things I loved about him was his cooking.
Oh yeah.
He was the best cook I ever seen my physical eyes
Yeah.
ever. Like no chef, no anything could match what I,
So was
seen
he a
this man do.
trained cook? Or?
No, he just
Okay.
he just
He
knew
just liked to cook.
Yeah,
He
just liked to
was. He could have been a top chef.
Okay.
That's how good he was.
He can, and the thing along with what he was saying as far as a cook, he can cook anything. Like if a dog got hit on the street,
It'd be stir fried.
I'm like he could make a meal and good. And I could
Yeah.
tell you stories about that too. The raccoon, the turtle,
Let him enjoy
But
his
the-
story. He's saying his story.
But
Please, go on.
the other thing I liked about him, he kind of touched bases on it, is he was funny. He, like, you could be mad, and I swear to you, you go up to him and start talking to him, and you could be telling him about what happened or whatever, and he will find a way to make it
turn
funny.
around,
You'll be like, damn, I'm laughing at this shit. Like it's kind of like he had. I don't know how he's able to do that, but he, like he said, some things you wouldn't think should be funny. He made it funny. So that was 2 traits I loved about him, was his cooking and able to just make you laugh,
Oh, that's good.
no matter
That's
what the
great.
time was,
That's
or
great.
whatever. So
All right, Polonius.
All right, let's hear about
it's on
Timothy.
you.
This guy has a death wish. I'm gonna kill you. Well, for me, I would say my dad is
A bird.
is very is very blunt to a fault. Very, very blunt. It could come off as, it depends on who he's telling. When you're not at the end of when you're not at the receiving end.
This really, yeah.
Yes. So it's good, it's fun, you can laugh.
Right. But if he's talking to you,
You don't want to be that person, because he'll tell you as it, like, there's some things that don't say. You can't say that to somebody. He's gonna say it,
Right,
It's,
right.
It's just something. But then I think as he has grown older, he has learned to be cautious, to know, okay, I'm not going to say this. I'm just going to keep it in. Before
Mellow
he's,
out a little bit.
yes, before he used to just say, and I love the fact that he's not stingy. He's a very giving dad. Yeah, and he's a very proud dad.
Yeah.
My daddy
yeah.
would never ask you for a dime.
Oh,
Never,
nice.
ever ask you
And
for.
that's a cultural thing, right?
I don't know. because it's if you're lacking somewhere, you should be able to ask your kids, like, hey, I need. So
right.
he feels like you should know.
Oh,
How
Like,
are
you
you
should
gonna
know.
know if you don't? If
You
he
should
doesn't
know.
tell you?
It's your right. You should know. You should know your father is not okay. You should know. You should be sensitive. You should understand. You know, that's how it is for him.
right.
I don't blame. That's the kind of person he is. Like, you should know that
Gotcha.
I can't come and ask you. Sometimes I'll be like, hey, dad, you know, my brothers live with you in London. You can go to their house. No, I'm not gonna go. If they don't ask me, shouldn't they know they have a father and their father should, you know, that's. So to me, sometimes it's funny, but that's the person he is. That
Right,
he has his
right.
principles. Like, he should not ask you for stuff. You should know that it is your duty, it's your right to do stuff for him as
Right,
a father.
right.
You shouldn't come and beg you or ask you. He's making his money. He's cool, but then you should think, oh, so stuff like he feels like, okay, if I say, oh, I'm going on vacation now, I want to travel. You should know that, oh, okay, my dad's going to travel. Okay, I should send him some money.
okay.
No, hey, I'm going to travel. Oh, will you send me? No, he would never say that. He would.
Oh, okay,
So he's
okay.
proud.
Gotcha,
He's also a
gotcha.
proud. He's a proud man.
Gotcha.
So yeah. He has his ways, but yeah.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
Well, and we all have different perspectives and views of our father. You know, obviously from the conversation here. So, like, if when I mentioned that when a son is going to learn from a father, whether it be real or fake. So, how does TV or the media portray fathers today?
Are they on TV? Can you think of a well?
James Evans Sr.
Okay. Are they currently on TV? Well, they got reruns. But, you know, that's hard to say because I don't think I watch anything currently right now that there's a black father in the house.
There's no father. Well, I'm trying to think. I can't recall any either. All right, so I'm gonna tell you who was a good father that you can, you know, not necessarily have to be a black person, but I thought Tywin Lannister was a good father.
I thought he was going to say Al Bundy.
but
and I was
then
ready
in
to
his
kill him.
own way, though.
He
you know,
was, he
in his
was.
own twisted way, he
was.
was looking out for his clan, his family.
His family.
Yeah.
He said your family's
Okay.
everything. And
Yes,
even when he
it's-
didn't like his other, his Tyrion.
Yeah, he
was
did
like,
not.
You're a
It's still
Lannister.
exactly.
Right,
It's still
right.
his
Are you
yeah.
talking about
Game of
Game
Thrones.
of Thrones.
recent shows of
No,
the,
he's
the
just
good
not
father,
about
like
any
the
father.
good male father, or
Yeah,
whatever?
any recent or old.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
I would say, old.
Who did he say?
I want to say Bill Cosby.
I was going to say
I was
the
gonna
same
say
thing.
that.
you
I was
know,
gonna say
the
that.
Cosby Huxtable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
also say Uncle Phil,
Oh, I forgot about Uncle Phil.
and
Yeah.
Carl Winslow.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
Family Matters.
that's
They were
right.
positive.
Yep.
Father figures.
Yeah.
Black
yeah.
role models. You know, that's what you want your father. You know,
Right.
to be
Standard,
or whatever.
not James Evans Sr.
I like James,
Good
but
times.
everybody didn't like James.
yeah,
I
that's
like James.
I was about to
Yeah.
say James from Good Time.
Yeah, I like
yeah,
James.
he's actually the original.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
But-
think he was the best father. To be
Yeah,
honest,
I liked him.
But other than that, if you say, me and my cousin disagreed with this because we brought this up the other day. I said the most recent would be My Wife and Kids.
I love that. I love that. I
Damon
love that.
Wayans.
Yeah.
But my cousin had said he was like, I don't know if I want to say that because I don't like the way he talked to his son. That's not a good.
Yeah, he does call
That's
his
not a
son
good-
stupid a lot.
Yeah, that's not a good. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's just his personality. He was
Yeah.
like, yeah, but you don't want to do that as a positive male
Figure.
figure.
Yeah,
as far
but
as,
it's
like,
still times when he is
Right.
loving to his son. You know,
Exactly.
there's still times in that show where he shows love and kindness to his son. So
Right, and
So-
my cousin was like, if you say that, if you say him, you might as well use what's his name?
Fred
from,
Sanford and Lamont.
no, King of the Hill. It's like, Bobby, if you weren't stupid, I'd hug you.
Yeah.
He said you might as well use him if
Yeah.
you're gonna do that because the way he talks to his
Right.
son.
It is some bad Al Bundy dads out there. So yeah.
But you would say that they're still portrayed accurately because you have extremes. You have the really good fathers, you have the stern fathers, you got the nurturing fathers.
That's true.
You know, then you got the fathers like in, let's say, Sugar Hill. You know, he was a junkie. You know, with Wesley
movie?
Snipes.
Oh,
Wesley Snipes.
yeah.
So
yeah.
You do have some fathers that you can where they were absent and you know come back when the person's famous and say, hey, you know,
Yeah, remember me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
yeah.
yeah, okay.
That's my son. Yeah.
Pursuit of Happiness, though.
Ooh.
that was a good one.
That was a
Will
powerful
Smith.
father that
Yeah.
just went through everything
Yeah,
to make
he
you
went
cry.
through it.
Who cried? Who cried in that movie?
I
I did.
absolutely cried.
I cried.
I
I
absolutely
cried. That's the only movie that I can watch 10 times and cry every 10
Oh
times.
yeah, yep.
E.T. It took me 2 times. Boys in the Hood, it took me about
I don't
5.
think I cried on ET, but definitely Boys in the Hood.
I ain't cried.
Yeah.
It's I could do a list.
Pursuit
of
of Happiness,
movies that
I'm
make me
crying
cry.
every single
Yeah.
time I watch
Or
that.
they did when they
Definitely.
did Blackula in.
Will
That
you
was the one.
stop with the Blackula?
Wow, I would cry.
Will you stop with the Blackula? I can't even with you. I can't.
I
Yeah.
cried one time in Star is Born. So
Yeah. It's a bunch of them out there. I can tell you, I cried. Maybe we'll have a movie discussion about emotional movies.
Okay, so now the some other questions I had was actually for fathers. And
Okay,
I'm-
I thought
have
your
any
fathers were going to call in. They didn't.
Yeah, they they didn't. I guess it's Father's Day and they were doing things for their fathers or
There you
their
go.
fathers also.
or
Yeah.
their
The
children was
children
doing
for
things for
them.
them.
Right. What challenges do single fathers or stay at home fathers? Because we don't mention those.
Oh, the stay-at-home
Yeah.
dads.
What do they face? What challenges do they face?
Well, stigma for one for the stay-at-home dads.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're just like, how can you let your wife make all the money and you staying
Exactly.
home?
But then
And I'm admitted.
that's weird.
That'd be the first thing that I would say.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I
But
would
they
say-
work just as hard.
They
you
do,
know?
and like just like we'll say that even a mother, stay-at-home
home
mom,
mom works,
is really like
yeah.
having 5 jobs.
Yeah, but then that's her job. But why would that be a stay home dad?
Because let's
That
say,
would be his job.
let's say the mother's making a whole bunch of money,
So?
and he's not making a lot of money, and they want to you know
Have a parent home with the kids.
No,
no stay-at-home dad.
You
friend?
wouldn't. You would.
never.
Oh yeah, I could
that,
do
that that's so weird. No,
No, I could
let's
do
go.
that
I
in
would
a
rather
heartbeat.
let's pay for the babysitter. Let's pay. But that's true. Like that's weird.
Would you
I
be
could
a
do
stay-at-home
that.
dad?
Yeah, I would do that.
yeah.
You would?
Yeah.
Would you? Would you?
You look like
I
the
wouldn't
type.
have any problem. Oh
Yeah.
no, she did not say that. No, I would not have
Well, I
any
wouldn't
problems
be
with that.
climbing trees and trying to fly with birds either.
We are so-
There's a lot of mothers
We're
that
off
fly.
track. We're off track.
It's like that's crazy.
I don't think.
I know
don't
you
think-
would never. You
I would
do
Yeah,
never
I
do
can't
that.
see him doing that. I can't see him doing that. And for real,
That's
I don't
crazy.
see my husband being able to do
I
that.
never,
don't.
not even your husband. Not, I
Yeah.
can never be with anybody that
Yeah.
thinks
Nah.
it's normal to be a stay home
No,
dad.
there's a lot of stay-at-home dads though.
Yes. I don't think it's a. I don't
So
think.
are you
it's a
gonna
bad
you're
thing.
gonna cook, clean?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do it all.
So
they do the same thing the
So
stay-at-home
there's
moms do.
so there's a difference. There's a difference. Like okay, we both go out. You come back in. You're making the money still.
Mm-hmm.
You're coming back. Okay, you decide you want to cook. That's fine. But why? So I'm gonna go, come back, meet you at home. You're gonna do the kids' homework. You're gonna.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna tell you.
I don't
I'm
want
gonna
no
tell you.
wife.
Let me tell you. In my household,
Yeah.
I cooked, I cleaned,
Yeah.
I helped the kids with the homework, did
Same.
all that. So to be a single dad, and you have the kids, or not even
Not
just a
single dad,
let's
stay
say
home.
stay at home dad, you're basically doing the same thing, except
Right.
only that, you know.
You're not going. So you're gonna. So that's the point. That's where disrespect comes in. Because if I have to buy your shoes,
You know,
buy
you
your,
wouldn't have to because when you go to work,
Uh-huh.
you're bringing the money home to daddy.
it can't work. That's what I'm saying. It can't work for
Yeah.
me. So yeah, it can't work for me. Maybe some other people.
Just
Yeah,
can't with you.
can't
What
work
is
for
wrong with you?
me.
Can we pick a word of the day? I say fathers be our word of the day.
Fathers.
Fathers.
Okay. Now let me tell you one last thing because said, how do you want to be remembered by your children as a father? You know, I'm gonna say since
Since you're done. Fine.
yes, I would want my children to remember me as the enabler.
That enables them. You're more like the money pit.
No.
Money
Okay.
pit.
Okay, so did your ex-wife have to be the stern one and put her foot down, and
No.
were you the one just letting
No.
the kids do what they wanted to do?
No. All right. So we had a distinct way of handling certain things.
Okay.
Right. All right. So she was the boisterous one.
Okay.
She's gonna, and I'm the more or less. All right. Hey, look, listen. This is how it is. Don't do that. Or whatever. I was the talker
Mm-hmm.
to because my kids were never really they weren't bad kids at all.
Right,
You know, but they
right.
were, when they got in trouble, it was always funny stuff. Like,
Okay.
you know, who who ate that, who's messing in that chocolate cake? Right? Then, you know, both my kids come up in the,
Without
it all-
chocolate in their mouth and
No. So Corey had a chocolate ring around
yeah,
her neck. And she said, Junior, and then add on, and Daddy, he know better.
wow. Wow.
Big old thick chocolate ring around her lips. So, you know, with stuff like that, that's how my kids, when they got in trouble, it's usually like funny stuff.
That's
My
too
my
funny.
son got a hold of, he knew how to work the remote control to the television and ordered all these movies.
Adult movies
No, not
or
adult
just
movies.
regular
It was like,
movies?
yeah, regular movies. And we had like, I think it was like $300.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so my son, when it came to technology, he was very smart. He learned fast with stuff like that. And then even $600 in games on his phone.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
you know, I was livid, but I'm gonna handle it differently. And where his mother would have been,
Yeah.
you know, exploded, lights out, you know. So, you know, I want my kids to remember me as being understanding, you know, and you know, God like.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in
God,
on Father's
God like
Day.
my foot.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, taking time out on this special Father's Day.
Very special Father's Day. And thank you, Dimitri, for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely.
And catch us with the next episode. You know, go to www.hottopicspodcast. It's TOPIX, and I spell it out because there's a hot topic.
Oh, okay.
You know,
okay.
so it's TOPIX.com. Please subscribe, share, like, and click that events button, and you can see the some of the events that we have coming up as far as podcast recordings. If you want to jump in there and
Participate.
you're welcome. So, oh, you know, I forgot to tell Heinrich's thing. Let me this last one. I'm sorry. He wanted to put his thing in for the fathers. He said about his father. Let's see, where is it?
You're so special.
He said, "May my father rest in peace."
Oh wow. He's dead.
As many others can say, I've learned a lot about my dad, good and bad, and I wish he was still there so I could learn more from him. Aww. So yeah. And then we did the poll about if fathers are underappreciated, and it was 100% yes, they were underappreciated. So, but thank you guys, and tune in to the next one.
Thank you, family, for listening to the latest episode of Hot Topics. As usual, listen, like, share, subscribe. Ta.